Hello, everyone. So today we're going to be focusing on creating a counterclaim sentence for your Dark Ages CEI. So a counterclaim sentence has two parts in one sentence. So it's not multiple sentences, it doesn't have text evidence, but it has two very specific parts. And if you follow along in the document that was posted, the counterclaim mini lesson, you'll see what those are. And I'm going to walk through this document now. So you need to start with a claim that is the opposite of your original claim. So whatever your original claim was, the Dark Ages were dark because of invasions. Your counterclaim would be the Dark Ages were not dark because of new architecture. The second part of your counterclaim is that you need to go back to your original claim. You need to do something which is refute the counterclaim. So again, there are two parts to your counterclaim. You first start with the counterclaim, which is the opposite of your original claim, and then you refute the counterclaim and go back to your original claim. Okay, so if you notice, there are some examples. Excuse me. Go back up here. So if you said they were really dark in your original claim, your counterclaim should look like the example below. Follow this example sentence very carefully when writing your own. Basically, use this sentence starter example to write your counterclaim. So some may say the Dark Ages were not really dark because of architecture. However, the Dark Ages were in fact really dark because of invasions. If you said they were not really dark in your original claim, then your counterclaim should look like the example below. Follow this example sentence very carefully when writing your own. So again, use the sentence starter to create your counterclaim. Some may say the Dark Ages were really dark because of invasions from different groups. However, the Dark Ages were in fact not really dark because the population went up. It could be whatever the reasons that you have in your claim or that you want to use, but again, follow those sentence starter examples really closely when you are doing your counterclaim. Basically, plug in your information to those sentence starters. The next part of today's document is going through and actually looking at a few counterclaims and giving them a grade. This is similar to what you did when you were working on your essay. So the first two counterclaims are based off of the claim that the Dark Ages were not really dark because people received an education and new art forms were made. So the counterclaim is the Dark Ages were really dark because it was a bad time for Europe. This is true because many people died. The counterclaim is worth 1 point. So very similar to how you've been graded on CEIs all year, 1.5 or 0. A 1 is the counterclaim acknowledges the opposing side and is then refuted. Counterclaim is 0.5 is counterclaim is not refuted and is not complete. And 0, you don't have a counterclaim at all, or there's no evidence of creating a counterclaim. So pause the video now. Go ahead and highlight what you think the appropriate grade is. So back to this claim, the Dark Ages were really dark because it was a bad time for Europe. This is true because many people died. This is the counterclaim that they're giving. You're deciding whether you're giving it a 1, a 0.5, or a 0. So go ahead and pause the video, highlight the grade you want to give, and then replay the video when you're ready for me to go over the answer. Okay, so hopefully you gave this a 0.5 because the counterclaim is not refuted. They never brought it back to prove their claim that the Dark Ages were in fact not really dark. Also, this is 2 sentences. A counterclaim should only be 1 sentence. So this would be a 0.5 or half credit on the counterclaim. Okay, the next counterclaim. Some people might say that the Dark Ages were really dark because the government couldn't keep order. However, the Dark Ages were in fact not really dark, because many people got an education and went to the universities that were created, showing that there was order. So again, pause. Would you give this a 1, a 0.5, or a 0? And highlight your answer. Okay, so this is a full credit counterclaim. It is a 1 out of 1 because they acknowledge the opposing side. Some may say they were really dark because the government could not keep order. And then they refute it. They go back to prove why their claim of them not being really dark is actually true, right? So you have your original counterclaim plus it's being refuted, all done in one sentence. So this is full credit. Okay, let's go on to the last two. This is based off the claim that the Dark Ages were really dark because many people were killed in invasions and the government was disorganized. So the first counterclaim. Even though some people would argue that during the Dark Ages they built cathedrals containing art, making it not dark, the Dark Ages were actually really dark because there were many barbaric tribe invasions that killed many people. So again, pause the video, take a minute, decide whether you think it deserves full credit, whether it's a 0.5 or a 0. And when you're ready to come back, you can see what the actual grade is. Okay, so this one also got a 1 out of 1, full credit. They acknowledge the other side, not really dark due to art, but then they refute it, bringing it back to why their claim of them actually being dark is correct due to the killings that went on. So again, you have the original counterclaim, they then refute it, going back to your original claim, all done in one sentence. Okay, and we have one more. The Dark Ages were really dark because everything was bad, like a bad government and lots of attacks were happening. So take a minute. Does that counterclaim deserve a 1, 0.5, or a 0? Make sure you're highlighting it in the box, which one you think it is. Okay, so this one actually gets a 0 out of 1. This is a no credit counterclaim. It's not a counterclaim, it's just a claim for the other side. So again, you need to have why you're originally going against your claim and come back to your claim in the end. So you really need to make sure you have those two parts of the counterclaim to get the full credit. Something like that example would not be any credit at all. For the rest of this assignment today, you're going to make your own counterclaim based on the claim that you chose or that you wrote, from Friday, Dark Ages Day 2, which you did. That document was posted on the 17th. Dark Ages Day 2, go back, look at your claim, look at any comments that your teacher gave you about fixing that claim, copy and paste it into the first box, and then make your counterclaim based on that. And then you'll have 2 sentences of your CEI already done once you've completed this. You need to make sure that when you're done with this document, you turn it in. Your Dark Ages CEI will be posted tomorrow on Wednesday morning and will be due on Friday at 4 p.m. So you have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to work on your Dark Ages CEI. If you have any questions, please reach out to your teacher through email or attend their extra help session. And we hope that everyone is able to complete their counterclaim. So just make sure that you follow all the directions and the sentence starters above. Thank you. Bye.